Hi, this is Angela Gallo with Hemisphere Dancer Wellness and Travel. Today we're going to work on a Pilates intermediate level short flow that you can integrate into your workout routine. So we're going to begin on our back, and we're going to start with a roll-up variation. So laying flat, bringing your pelvis into neutral, taking the arms back overhead, but not all the way to the floor, just about as far back as your ears. We're going to inhale here. The arms are going to start. We're going to exhale, rounding up, one vertebrae at a time, reaching out through the legs. We're going to take our traditional roll up first, reaching out over the legs, and then starting from our low back, rounding down, keeping those shoulders back away from the ears, shoulder blades sliding down the back. And watching that as we lower back down, we don't lose our connection of the ribs to the mat. Inhaling here, we're going to take that one more time. Exhale, rounding up, reaching out through the legs. If you feel you're getting stuck, really trying to curve right here through that mid-back and taking it forward. And inhaling and then exhaling as we unwind and reverse that movement back to our back. From here, we're going to go into a variation where instead of rounding all the way forward, we're going to take the arms, we're going to add the head rounding up. This time we're going to try and come to sitting tall, right up on our hamstrings. If this is hard to do, you can put a towel or even a foam roller under the legs. Once we're here, we're going to round the head forward, let the arms rest down, just giving the head a little shake. No, loosening the neck and shoulders. Inhaling to unroll back up. In that stretch, I'm not trying to stretch all the way down where I put my chest to my legs. I'm just trying to release the upper back and neck. Again, when I get to the bottom here, I'm going to keep the ribs connected. Inhaling, again, we'll exhale, rounding up, reaching on out through the legs. I'm flexing the feet on this to get a little bit of extra calf stretch, but it could be done with the legs extended as well. Again, I'm going to soften from the top of my head, rounding forward, taking a little shake out with the head, and then unrolling back to sitting nice and tall. Inhaling here, and then exhaling as I round back, imprinting one vertebrae at a time into the mat. Taking arms back overhead. We're going to take this twice more. Again, if you want to with pointed feet this time, we can start with the arms, head and shoulders round, get nice and wide, deep curve in the core. Coming up to our sitting tall, then rounding forward down and letting the head shake out while we take a couple breaths here. Inhaling, and then on our next exhale, coming back up. The reason I like this variation is because a lot of times we have a very difficult time getting up right tall on our sit bones. And the traditional roll-up keeps us kind of in a posterior tuck off the back of those sit bones, and this one helps us get onto that stretch a little deeper. And one final time, arms coming, head following, rounding up, coming to sitting tall, getting right up on top of those sit bones, bending the knees if need be, and rounding forward, shaking the head. Exhaling as you stack back on up, and then rolling back down through the vertebrae. Good. From here, we're going to go ahead and bring our right leg into our chest. We're going to extend the left leg for our abdominal series, rounding the head and shoulders, still nice and wide. Inhale, exhale to change. Inhale, back, exhale, and change. Reaching really long like you're trying to reach for the wall, the opposite side of the room with those toes. Exhaling out. If you're feeling neck and shoulders cramping, then we would put the head back down. It's going to engage our transverse abdominals a little more. Exhaling on each change. Continuing to change sides. As you're on the head up, trying to get it up high enough out of the line of gravity. One more on each side. And then rounding back on down. From here, let's straighten the legs. We're going to hold behind our right leg. Traditionally, this is done with the arms up here, but a lot of times I find it causes Frankenstein shoulders, so let's hold a little lower today. Rounding again, head and shoulders up. We have two gentle pulls. Inhale to change. Inhale. 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 Each of those exhales pulls those low abdominals in even more. And again, if you feel this in the neck and shoulders, hands can come behind the head and just doing the pulse without the arms, or we can lower the head back down, keeping the shoulders open and wide, working on staying in our neutral pelvis as we pull. I don't want to go into that posterior tuck if I have a healthy back, so I don't want to press my back into the ground if it's healthy. Last time each side. And one more. From here, hug the knees in, little rock side to side. We're going to take the hands behind the head, right leg in and left leg out, inhaling. We're going to exhale, we're going to take a little twist and hold. I want to bring my right elbow to the floor. My left elbow stays nice and wide. I'm twisting through the ribs. Inhale, exhale, twist and hold. Inhale, keeping that head lifted as I rotate side to side. Exhaling on each twist. Keep reaching that leg very long out. Twist. And exhale to twist. Good. Both sides of the pelvis are equally weighted. We're not rocking to one hip and then the other. And twist, and we're going to take it once more each side. And twist and release there, hugging the knees into the chest. We're going to take one more in our abdominal series. We'll take our double leg stretch, legs in tabletop to start, arms to the ceiling. We're going to exhale, reach out, keep pulling the low core in. Inhale, circle the arms, legs fold back. Exhale, reach out, watching that the legs come just to your tabletop and not all the way into the chest, taking you out of your neutral pelvis. Pulling that low core in, exhaling out. This one can be done with the head down, exhaling out, inhaling around. We want to watch that we don't let the back arch as we extend there. Exhaling out, inhaling around. This one also can be done with a variation where the hands stay behind the head. Again, exhaling, pulling the low abdominals in each time those legs extend. And around, and one last one. And resting back on down. From here, we're going to roll ourselves up to sitting. We're going to take our seal. We're going to go ahead and place our hands in the inner thighs through to hold under the ankles. Sitting nice and tall to begin. We're going to do a double exhale as we roll back. When we roll, we're going just to the shoulder blades, not up onto the neck, using our core rather than momentum. Inhaling, we're going to exhale, rocking back. Balance, and here you can take the 3 little claps like your little seal, and again, exhale, shoulders down, and balance. Good, keep those shoulders nice and wide, and again, we exhale, back, and up, 3 claps, shoulders down, deep head to tail curve here, and up, and again, and up, and one more time, and from here, good, extending, we're going to take the legs into parallel, take a little balance here, just sit bone balance. This is going to get us ready for our teaser, and then let's place the legs down and take them back out wide, taking a stretch forward over the legs first. Again, here you can take a little shake out of the head and shoulders. And coming up, extending the legs forward, just taking a flexed foot, reaching for the legs. If you have a stretchy band, you can always use that if you're not able to reach your feet. And then we'll go ahead, we'll come back on up. We're going to work our preparation for an exercise called teaser. So we're going to begin with the legs in tabletop, and the arms are going to come out to the sides. From here, we're going to sweep the arms down towards our feet. As we do that, we're going to round the head and shoulders up. So this is our first step of our variation. Back down. Number 2, right? And back down, shoulders stay moving down the back. We can come from here, we can keep the same variation, or we can roll up a little bit higher, so that as we come up, We roll up to that sitting balance that we just were practicing a minute ago, and then back down. When we exhale nice and smooth, rolling on up. A little harder talking and doing it, rolling down. And exhale, rolling up, finding the balance. Back down. Exhaling up. And back down. This time we'll try and extend the legs when we get there, so we'll fully extend. And back down. Letting the feet rest back on the floor. From here, just hug the knees into the chest again, little rock side to side. So the full version of teaser goes from totally laying flat to that sitting V position. So the full version comes from here, we round all the way up to sitting nice and tall. And then it comes all the way back down. So that's where we're working to with that one. The next exercise we're going to take is a preparation for corkscrew. We'll do double leg circles. So we're going to begin laying on our back, bringing the pelvis to our neutral and the legs together. We're going to begin by circling to the right, exhaling as the legs circle down, inhaling as they come back up, trying to keep both sides of my sit bones on the floor, exhaling down, inhaling up. Exhaling, really strong abdominals as those legs reach the lower point of that circle so that you don't arch the back. Exhaling down. One more in this direction. Trying to keep the neck and shoulders nice and easy. Go ahead, reverse. Exhaling on the way down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling back up. And again, exhaling down. Back up. And exhaling. And inhaling. Go ahead, bring the knees into the chest. From here, we're going to roll through sitting and transition onto our belly. We're going to move into swimming, taking the arms and legs just about as wide as the mat. I want to find my neutral pelvis here so that I'm going to press the pubic bone into the mat to lengthen my low back, arms out overhead. I'm going to begin with a little stretch before we do the swimming, where I take my right arm and left leg, lifting and lengthening. From there, letting it lower down, left arm and right leg lengthening, and lowering down. Each time I lift, trying not to let my abdominals drop down. And one more time, left arm and right leg. And then we're going to take the swimmings into sets of 3. We're going to take right, left, right. Rest down, re-engaging the core. Left, right, left. Down. Right, left, right. Down. Left, right, left. Down. One more time each side. And down. And left, right, left. And down. From here, taking the hands under the forehead, we're going to lift and we're going to do some heel beats, taking the whole leg, beating from the top of the inner thigh, beating together, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and whole inner thigh, 3, 4, trying to beat those heels, legs are turned out or externally rotated, and one more, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my hands around to my low back. I'm going to turn the head off to the right. I'm going to do both legs, doing a little point, flex, point, and then I'm going to reach out, lengthening, engaging my abdominals as I lift up, pulling the shoulders away from the ears, turning my head to the other side. Point, flex, point, extending out, turning the head back to the first side. As I do these kicks, I want to keep lengthening the front of my hips and my thighs, extending back out, and point, flex, point, extending out. One more, point, flex, point, extending out, and last time on the left, flex, point, and extending, lowering down. From here, you can press back, bringing big toes together, knees apart, pressing into a child's pose stretch, and just allowing yourself to rest in that child's pose for just a moment. And that is where we will go ahead and finish for today. Until next time, thank you.